The fastest way to activate your gifts, and it's not what you think. Hello, beautiful soul sisters. I'm Veronica Rosa, your emotional wellness and life coach. And today we're talking about your gifts, not the box with the pretty bold gifts, the ones that you already have inside you, buried down under that stress, that fear, and that survival mode. So today we're going to go over 5 steps to activate those gifts, and we will not be getting cooking with purpose because, as you see, I am still on the road. We left yesterday, Thursday, from North Carolina at 6 o'clock p.m. Drove to South Florida, got my teeth done. We're still in the street, on the road in the streets, waiting for my husband in the car before we get to the hotel and crash out. So it's been almost 24 hours since we've been on the road. And so we're just going to go over these 5 steps on how to activate your gifts. And I'll just share how do I eat healthy while on the road. So the fastest way to activate your gifts is not what you think, because the truth is you don't have to do more to unlock your power. You don't need a secret key. You just have to remember who you are. So let's go over why so many women feel disconnected from their purpose. Here's what I've learned while coaching women all over the world. You are not unmotivated. You are exhausted. You are not lost. You are disconnected from yourself, from rest, from the truth, and from your basic needs. Speaking about rest, I just woke up from a deep sleep nap and I feel discombobulated, but here I am. The truth is that we're always taught to hustle instead of flow. We're taught to prove instead of just be. It's like we need a certification. We need to feel validated for who we say we are, right? We're always looking for more certification instead of just being. We are taught to perform instead of just receiving. It's like, oh, you're lazy if you're just receiving. So we're always like giving versus receiving. We also are taught to shrink instead of shining, and so these can really bury in your gifts, and your gifts can't fully activate while you are in survival mode. You need safety, you need stillness, you need room to be able to breathe. So let's go over the fastest ways to activate your gifts and stabilize your foundation. So you want clarity, you need to feed the brain. We need water for one. You want confidence, you need to sleep deeply, to take some rest. You want intuition, we need to calm the nervous system. You want purpose, we need to move from wholeness, not from panic. When you prioritize your basic human needs, safety, connection, nourishment, rest, expression, your gifts begin to awaken. You're no longer in survival mode. You no longer have fear of shining bright like a diamond. You just be, and the people around you encourage you to shine bright, because your gift isn't just what you do, it's who you are when you're not just trying to survive. It's when you get into the creative mode, the feminine energy, creating when you feel safe. And so let's go over 5 steps to activate your gifts. Step number 1, stop outsourcing your worth. You already have value. It's not based on validation or status. You already have value. So stop outsourcing your worth. Step 2, give yourself consistent care. Care is a soil, gifts are the flowers. So give your body consistent care. Do your self care. Make sure you get sleep, good food, nutrition food, water. It's H2O, one hydrogen, two oxygen. You're putting oxygen into your body. Your body can thrive and think and get out of survival mode and be able to get into your creative mode. So give yourself consistent self care. 3, Do the things that scare and excite you. Trust me, as I'm sitting here in the car, this is scary, but at the same time, it excites me because I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. So um that's the zone where your genius lives, when we get in that creative zone. And so you do that one thing that scares yet excites you. Step 4. Use your pain as your platform. What you've healed, you can guide others through. And step 5, make space to be. Stillness is the portal to your most powerful truth. So sometimes we are used to being with our partners and with people, and all of a sudden people leave us, or all of a sudden we found ourselves quote unquote feeling abandoned. Flip that frown upside down and use that time wisely. Instead of making it of a time of abandonment, use that time to use the stillness to get in your creative mode so that you can transform what needs your soul is calling to manifest. So make space to be. If it's still, if it's boring, take advantage of that quiet time. So with that being said, take some time over the weekend to journal your truth, your thoughts, to do some reflection, and ask yourself, what do people naturally come to me for? What would I do if I didn't need anyone's approval? Carry yourself as if you were rich. If you had $1 million in your pocket, would you be reacting the way that you do? Would you be catering and taking care, attending to others, leaving your own needs on the back burner if you didn't need anyone's else approval? If you already had all the money that you want, the car that you want, the house that you want, I want you to like really step in, take some time to get into the mindset of feeling the environment of your dream home. What are you doing? What does the furniture look like? What does the sun feel like beaming on you? What, maybe you imagine yourself working on your garden, planting flowers, feel like how does your stomach, your nervous system feels? And then imagine a phone call coming in into a reaction and how you're currently acting in a situation now, with fear, with panic, with distrust, with worry, with resentment. And now imagine yourself now instead of being in that survival mode, if you were already set, you had millions of dollars in your bank account, you don't need from anybody, you're just in your creative, feminine, safe mode. How would you react to news around you? Um, and what would be your expression towards life when you don't need anyone's approval? So what would you do if you didn't need anyone's approval? How would you show up in the world? And ask yourself question number 3. What basic need do I still deny myself? And how does that block my purpose? So you can go back to yesterday's video on the steps to identify what your basic human needs versus your basic human values. A lot of times we will deviate from our personal values if our needs are being met, and that can lead to anxiety and depression, but because your soul is, your emotions, your subconscious is not at peace. So it's very clear in doing the self assessments and identifying your truth so that you become aware, and awareness becomes power. And so with that being said, I want you to anchor in this beautiful affirmation with some powerful affirmations. Put your eyes on the prize. You are the prize. Look in the mirror. If you can look in your eyes, and but really truly feel it from your heart, from your belly, as the words are true, and repeat. I am a vessel of purpose, power, and peace. I no longer chase validation. I return to my truth. When I care for myself, my gifts activates with ease. My story, my voice, and my path are divinely aligned. I allow my brilliance to unfold without apology. So drop a purple heart in the comments if you're done hiding and ready to activate what's already yours. And so today we will not be moving into the kitchen to, as I'm on the streets right now. We had a late lunch brunch. For brunch, we went to, what was the name of the restaurant? It was a Colombian restaurant. So we went, sat in, and I had chicken breast, so I'm always gonna try to look for clean meals. I did deviate a little from my personal detox. I stepped it up a notch from just detoxing from sugar and carbs and restaurant foods. I'm doing a gut cleanse and actually working a little bit harder towards to losing reducing my fat, my BMI, and building muscle. And so, for with that being said, I am staying away from carbs. But on the menu, I had, instead of having French fries or tostones or something like that, I had mashed potatoes. They did put some cheese on it and corn, and so I actually ended up eating just half of that. That's like another mindset thing. We feel that because we bought it, we have to eat it. And so that's a money mindset adjustment that you need to make and say, okay, um, like for example, my husband had the for special meal, and it was like, I don't know, $13. He had like three plates of different various foods, but none of the plates, none of the foods that he ate would have been in alignment of my detox. It was like red meat, rice, potatoes, fried food. It was like fried potatoes. And so just because it's cheap, it wouldn't, I didn't choose that just because it was cheaper. I chose a more expensive meal and still left what I didn't want because it wasn't in alignment with my diet goals. And so it was plenty of food. I got full. I had a chicken breast with mashed potatoes and broccoli and water with lemon and to help my hydration. And during the trip, I brought snacks, the strawberries, and I just drank water on the way here. And so for tonight, I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner. It's 5 o'clock. We are exhausted. We're gonna go to the hotel room. But either way, I'm going to focus because I am on day 46 of this 90-day detox, and we're going to set boundaries, stay firm, show ourselves love. So my self-love by choosing foods that are in alignment of my dietary goals. And so when you um when you feed yourself well, sleep well, you think well, you love well, your clarity will sharpen, your energy will return, your self-confidence will grow, your self-love will be from inside, from internal, and you're not looking for love outside of you. And that's when the version of you that you've been waiting for awakens up. So today, get cooking with purpose, create from wholeness, not from hustle. And you're not here just to survive. What do you think we were born? People are here on earth to evolve, to evolve from life lessons and to create. And we are here to shine, not to be in doubt and stress and worry and fear. We're here to overcome those objections, those fears, those doubts, those worries, through love, through forgiveness, by maintaining daily gratitude and working on ourself by setting boundaries, which will then bring self-love, self-confidence, and then will attract and magnetize abundance all over in your life. So get cooking today with purpose, and remember that cooking with purpose isn't just about food, it's about freedom. And for me, that freedom started when I started detoxing from sugar, alcohol, and everything else that was dimming my light. Personally, for me, it started back in high school. I had began drinking alcohol during high school to get me through my anxiety, my social anxiety, and caffeine pills to keep me up during class. And that led to more anxiety, depression, and a vicious cycle of prescription medications and an addiction. Years later, I found myself as a divorced, single mom, overwhelmed, and watching my son spiral from ADHD and suicidal thoughts. Around the same time, I had lost our health insurance. That's when I found out it was going to be about $550 a month. I don't know, it's probably more now because it's been over 10 years. It was going to be about $550 a month for his Adderall medication. And then I realized what Adderall was is another narcotic. And so I was like, why am I going to be chasing this rabbit hole? Around this same time, I had a breast cancer scare and I hit rock bottom because then I had a DUI and I was like, why did I do the things that I know I shouldn't do? And just life became just too much for me at the moment. I realized that our society norms, our systems, and the people around me weren't helping me. That was my breakdown. But that breakdown actually became my breakthrough. I stopped waiting for a system to save me. I stopped, I started studying life, health, our food system, holistic healing to say the least. Long story short, I put my son at the at that age, he was about 12. I put him on I put him on a sugar detox, and in just 3 days I noticed a huge difference, night and day. It was as he were on his Adderall without the Adderall side effects. He was happier, more clear-minded, more alive. Man, brought joy to me, and that's what sparked my journey into wellness. And ever since then, we've been medication free, no prescriptions, no problems, and we began to really heal from the inside out with real food by setting boundaries, and that brought true love, health, and abundance in our lives. My son and I are now medication free. It's been over 10 years, from anxiety, depression, insomnia, ADHD, and and it's beautiful. My husband and I had went through toxic cycles of ups and downs because we were both addicts, but now we're thriving. We're living in union with love, with respect, running two businesses including Vitality and Values Wellness, which is transforming lives all over the world. And it all started in the kitchen with one decision of detoxing sugar, and like layers of an onion, we kept building and building and building. So tonight, think about cooking a nourishing meal, and that making that one nourishing choice at a time can also help you rewrite your story. So thank you for joining me today with Cooking with Purpose. This is Veronica Rosa, your emotional wellness and life coach, and we are on day 46 of a 90-day detox. It is not too late for you to join me. You can join anytime. We'll start off slow. We'll start off with detoxing sugar, alcohol, avoiding fast foods, getting back into the kitchen and cooking with purpose, adding more nutrients into our bodies that's going to help us spark from the inside out, get out of survival mode, and get into living with purpose. So join me. It's not too late. And join me every Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, for a new life tip on your money mindset, on your physical wellness, love relationships, your emotional wellness, and your manifestation tips. So thank you for your time. Give me a thumbs up or a heart or leave me a comment. And thank you very much for joining me. And we'll see you next Monday. Send you much love. Bye. Are you ready to take the first steps to shedding weight, boosting your energy, and transforming your habits? It all starts here. Visit vitalityvalueswellness.com and look for the free habit tracker section. Enter your first name, your last name, along with your email address, and your tracker will be delivered straight to your inbox. You've got this. I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Download now and let's start your journey today. vitalityvalueswellness.com.